You're so far away.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
This, I have backup.
For your book.
Welcome to Getting Better. I am at NRB in Nashville, and I have two wonderful men that are the composers for the Chosen TV series. I have Dan and Matthew.
Yes.
And Dan was, you still are with Jars of
I
Clay.
am, yes.
Yes. And Matthew, tell us about you, because I don't know a lot about I've seen you on the Chosen, some of the Chosen background scenes.
Yes, I'm a mysterious musical figure who's held various roles of international music mystery. But I know Dan from I toured with Jars of Clay for a handful of years.
You did.
And that's how Dan and I knew each other.
Well, can you scoot in? I want to make
I
sure
can
they
scoot
get
in.
you.
Yes,
If you don't mind
sure.
me being too close to you.
No, I don't mind. Mind one?
So you toured with Jars of Clay. So you played with Jars of Clay.
Yes, I played with. They typically there's the four primary jars,
Yeah.
and then they have like usually a couple of support guys that sit underneath the jars.
Make us sound good. They class up the joint, as we like to say.
I tell you what, the music for The Chosen is wonderful. I mean, just the music and soundtrack, right? The whole background, all the music. The photography is beautiful too. The
Yes.
camera, oh my gosh. And you add the music, and I tried to figure out why you feel so good after you watch each episode.
Yeah.
And my daughter said, it's the music. And I said, okay, it's not just the music. I don't know. I think it's the music.
But mostly,
It probably is music. Yes.
It is. It's wonderful. So tell me how all this, like, how did this come about? And what are you guys doing now? Like, what's going on right now? So if you can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Well, Dallas Jenkins and I are friends for a long time. So Dallas called me up and said, hey, I'm working on this new show. It's going to be about Jesus and the disciples around Jesus. And I'd really love for you to be part of it, do the music. And I told him no.
You said no?
I said no. Because I just, at the time, I think I was in that headspace where it's like, there have been a lot of shows about Jesus out there, and I don't know that I've been very satisfied by any in terms of the fullness of, or wholeness of the way that they portray Jesus. You either get the brooding Jesus or the stoic Jesus, but you don't ever get an actual human, relatable Jesus for anyone. And so I was like, I just don't feel like I need to be part of a show that's going to just create me Jesus. But I should have known, because it's Dallas, that he was thinking about doing something quite different. So he gave me a week to think it over, and he called me back and describe more what he wanted. I said, okay, I think I can get my head around this. And so I knew, like, having toured with Matt Nelson and knowing the project, so I called him up or texted you, interested in it, and so here we are.
So he trusted you. So tell me your last name.
My last name is Hasseltine.
Dan Hasseltine.
Dan Hasseltine.
I know I've seen that though.
Yeah.
That sounds very familiar.
It's-
It's funny how you say it. It's not. It's
No.
a very unique name. I don't think I've ever heard it before.
Yeah, it's been, in junior high it was Has No Friends, Ovaltine. I think we're the two ways people described it, but junior high is tough for everybody.
Hasseltine. How about you, Matthew Nelson? Did
Yes,
you get any
Matthew
play
Nelson.
on your name?
oh gosh, no, I don't think so. Because I went by Matt as a kid, Matt Nelson. Yeah.
Not a lot you can do with that.
A lot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the only problem is that it's such a forgettable American name.
It is pretty common.
That's so cool.
Dan Matthew. At least it's not Smith.
That's true.
Matthew, so you're meant to be working with Jesus. I mean, we're just like, this is so wonderful. He's a PhD.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean smart. Anyway, but I did keep asking, is it biblical? Right?
He
What
might
do you
know
think
stuff.
of them coming up with possibilities based on what they know about the characters? And he said, I love it. It is
Good.
wonderful. But the music, you had that girl on that played the violin, the cello.
Yes.
And she was so moved by the show, and you guys let her come on. I saw that. That was wonderful.
That was a really sweet.
So how is it putting together the sound for such an incredible show about your Savior?
Ooh, that's a thing that we have to. It would be really easy to. There's this phrase in the visual. Paint what you see. You don't paint what you understand. Just paint what you see. So with us, it would be really easy because in a lot of these stories, a lot of authors are sort of larger than life. So it would be really easy for us to overdo it, play up what we know the film has become, the enormity of the concept, rather than just looking at the screen of what's literally going on right in front of you and scoring what's happening. So it's a paint what you see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our role is support role in the show. We rely on actors to give the performances. We rely on Dallas to really direct well, and then taken out of the show, the story keep moving forward. So, in that regard, I think we give ourselves pretty good guardrails in terms of not overdoing it. We can't think a lot about the enormity of like the larger than life elements. Like we were talking earlier about the scene with Nicodemus and Jesus on the rooftop, and how in that scene, one of the things we were allowed to do was to completely breeze over John 3:16. You know, which is one of the most recognized and lauded scriptures, right?
Right.
And you go, okay, well, instead of like giving it this extra emotion because we know it's important, we basically just,
Of course, it's a
yeah, it happened in conversation. It didn't need to be over embellished. We let it just kind of slide. And that was a good, that was exciting for me because I felt like, okay, Dallas gets that the show is human, that it's trying to tell the truth.
Well, you know, and it's been, if you just look at that first season and how it moved everywhere, right? And the music was incredible, right? And so they did add, you know, that Trouble at the end, that song Trouble. Oh my God. Everybody was singing. And clients were coming into our clinics and they were wearing this Trouble shirt. And I'm like, and I was like, oh, I hadn't met him yet. I'm like, oh, you're Trouble. And they'd laugh. And they go, have you seen The Chosen? I was like, yeah, and that's incredible, right? So I have to tell you this.
Yeah.
Every single time, not when we ordered, well, the first time we ordered books, they came.
Yeah.
Every single time we have ordered, this is in Dallas, t-shirts, anything, they get stolen.
Oh no.
Every single time. We don't get them.
Like they don't
The
come to
post
your door.
office delivered them, but they never got to our door. We have cameras, so every single time.
Wow.
3, we have not gotten shirts, we have not gotten hoodies, we have ordered. And so this is the thing, we're like, we know they were, and we aren't going to call them and have, like, we didn't get them. So we're just like, someday we will, so I
Actually get your shirt.
I thought we could
Is
send
that
them
like
somewhere
somebody
else.
stealing a Bible out of your car?
Still is.
Maybe.
I'm thinking, what is that? That is so. It's so popular. It's
Well, I'm so
crazy.
sorry that that's happened. That's,
We just think,
Yeah,
well,
I'm sure
people
that's it.
people love The Chosen, and sometimes the last time I went ahead and ordered the journal, the
oh yeah, yeah.
the devotionals.
Oh, yeah.
Too. And I thought, hey, at least I'll get a devotional with it. I should have thought to order the book. But yeah, it's so fun. I don't know what to think of that. So people love it. And
Need to talk to them and have them put a tracker inside the package.
Great idea.
Then when it arrives, then the package gets taken. You'll be able to track where it goes in your neighborhood.
so we just need to find someone else to send it to. I mentioned it on one of the live feeds, and
Yeah.
they said call us. So I'm not I thought okay, because we're gonna find another places. So I don't know. People love it in Dallas.
That is wild.
Well,
Wow.
I had a friend that he got his car broken into, and they stole all of his music out of his car. And this is before they stole, and it was all Christian CDs. Like that. So he's like, aren't they was stolen? And Josh was in there. start to play with in there. Yes, I can't think of the other one because it was a lot. But I just thank you guys, your contribution. It is wonderful, fabulous. So you just composed or you got to write some songs?
No, well, the small number of songs that are actually in the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you guys write trouble?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And actually, the story kind of is funny, actually, because we had to write it in the like really fast
Yeah.
to get it in the show because we were trying to license a different song to use it, and the publisher didn't do it. So we were in the final like dubbing stage, and we didn't have them in happy song. So
Yep.
Matt had a friend who owned a studio like just down the street, like a couple blocks from where we were.
Literally walking distance.
Yeah, so we walked over to that studio, sat down, wrote that, recorded it,
Yeah.
went back to the dubbing stage and put it in, and it was literally like within 4 hours. I think we had the line.
Well, yeah. We recorded it, had it mixed overnight,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
then then put in, and then it was put in the show the next morning.
Yeah.
Tell you, it's a wonderful song.
Well, thank you.
Other places, this is what my daughter was talking about in episode 4 with the fish.
Oh yeah.
The music is incredible when they're running. All that, it's incredible. I can't even. It's like I love that. I don't know how many times I've seen it.
Celebratory. and-
It's my favorite episode of the first season.
Good.
You know, and then I love the last one too. Let me ask you this. I love the fourth one. But a lot of it's because that music and the excitement. I mean, it's so simple. You keep it simple, but it's so wonderful. And okay, I know I gotta let you go.
That's great.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having
You're
Yeah,
welcome. All right.
Yeah.
So,
and I really
Dan
do hope
Hassel-
you'll get your shirts and stuff.
Oh,
that's good. Yeah.
Dan Hasseltine and Matthew Nelson. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for having
Take care. From The Chosen.
Yes.
Take care. Don't wear them out too much, guys. Of course,
We'll
you
make
guys are musicians. You are used to an incredible pace. So our nephew is with a band, Jason Boland Band,
Yeah.
and he is he plays 3 different
Oh, nice.
things. But the pace, you know. And I asked him how he likes the bus. He loves it. He just got out of college.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like, I
that's
love
perfect.
it.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah, he
like,
probably
he's having
does.
so much fun.
that one.
College, yeah.
They don't play
Touring
until-
is a young man's game. So I'm
It
glad
is a young
for that.
man. See you
Yep.
guys.
Thanks.
That was wonderful. Thank you. It's a little bit.